But the thing that he is most proud of is having a reputation for saving his customers money on the best brand name tires, automotive accessories, and service. Let Billy and his crew know that you appreciate the support of Prattville High School. Let AutoSave Tire and Automotive take care of your vehicles and save you money. North Memorial Drive in Prattville and locations in Montgomery and Wetumpka. AutoSaveTires.net.
Hey, I'm Shane Spiller with Spiller Furniture and Mattress. We're a proud supporter of Prattville Lions football and glad to be part of the broadcast. We're located right in downtown Prattville, been here for 35 years. Right here in downtown Prattville, we have 12,000 square feet of great merchandise to help you be comfortable at the big game. Right here at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, we specialize in big selection, friendly service, and credit. So come see us in downtown Prattville at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, where we're proud to support Prattville Lions football. Go Lions.
I could have built a drugstore anywhere in Montgomery, but it was this neighborhood that needed it. When I moved here, it was thriving. I want to see it that way again. Riverbank made borrowing the money easy when other banks didn't. It's nice when people care enough to make sure you have what you need. That's how I treat my customers, and that's how the folks at Riverbank treat me.
Man, Chip, finally, we got an E-Z-GO dealer.
Man, it's officially true. Prattville has it all.
Yeah, and it's not some just old fly-by-night operation or some dude selling golf carts under a shade tree. It's the real deal. Prattville Outdoors is a family business with 5 decades of service.
Let's go for a test drive.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, I'm driving.
Why should you drive? I'm the voice, you're the sidekick.
Come see our new E-Z-GOs and all the other great outdoor stuff. Highway 82, west of Highway 14.
Prattville YMCA, Spiller Furniture, D&J Auto Plus, Steak and Shake, and by U.S. Farm Raised Catfish. Now to Los Mayas Restaurant with your host, Chris Britton.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in. God bless America. We're at a different location tonight. We have a different co-host. Fortunately, we have the same coach. Tonight, we're at Stanley-Jensen Stadium with Coach Caleb Ross on the Coach Caleb Ross Show. And it's a junior high game, Coach. Hats off to you for making the decision to do a show here at the stadium while the junior high guys were playing. Also, Chris Britton, he's on special assignment tonight.
That's right.
He's the PA announcer for the junior high game, so I'm having to bogey up his show.
You know, I know we had talked before, and that was one of my main things about when we got here to Prattville, we got to go rebuild this thing from the bottom up, and that's getting involved obviously in the youth leagues, but also when we got to be involved in our junior high program. So when I looked at the schedule and I saw that we had two home games, and now they've added a third, I knew that was something that, hey, I want to be able to watch those games, and then we kind of came up with this idea, and man, I thought this would just be a neat deal for our junior high kids. Makes it a little bit more exciting for them. And for me to get down here and be able to watch these kids, these are our future. I mean, these kids are 7th, 8th graders, but, man, you're going to look up in 2 years, and these kids are playing for you and kids that you're counting on. And so far, man, we've got a great junior high program. I believe our 8th grade is undefeated, and our 7th grade, I think, has lost 1. But, man, we got a really good ball game right here. This provides me the opportunity to see what our future is and to really get involved with that feeder system.
Well, it was your idea, and we thought it was a great one because it would give us a chance to do some of the similar type things. And the one thing it's done for us is let us realize just how deep the fan support is. We have we got here way earlier than the normal average crowd should be here, Coach, and we couldn't find a parking place.
You know, what you're saying is a lot of the reason why, man, I chose to come back. I'm from here, so I knew a lot about it. This community supports and loves football. It does, especially Prattville High School football, or even in this case, Prattville Junior High School football. Man, I know that once you put a good product on the field and we get the program back to where we need it to be, man, this community is going to be all in, man. They support you on Friday night. They want to see you be successful. Man, this is, like you said, this is a 7th, 8th grade game, and the stands are pretty packed for a 7th, 8th grade game. And I'm like you, I had to park in the back 40 just to walk here and get here tonight. But, yeah, that's a very good turnout from the Prattville community.
I want to give a shout-out to Clemente and the folks at Los Mayas Restaurant. The Milzer and I had lunch there today. And Clemente offered to send us food, even though we're not at his place tonight. Normally the shows come to you from Los Mayas. So if you get a chance, ease out there and get you a great, what did I have today, Milzer? Quesadilla? A shrimp quesadilla from Los Mayas. Great. All right, Coach, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. The bad stuff first. Not happy about losing the ball game. In no way is that what your mission is, but it was a great experience for those kids you got, especially the ones coming up that have fire in the belly. You have to have some of those kind of experiences to grow in the game of football.
You know, that's what we told them. That was kind of the message on Monday. I said, look, you know, first of all, talking about the game, it was pretty obvious from the beginning that we were outmanned. I mean, we just from a pure size and strength standpoint, and I'm not one to make excuses. I'm not that guy, and that's not why we're here. And I don't like the moral victory stuff. And I think anybody that knows me is, hey, if they're going to turn that scoreboard on, we want to go win. But I think it was pretty obvious that the type of player they have over there is a little bit different right now than the type of player we had. Now, we got some kids that, man, they fight hard, and we got some kids that can play at that level. But just from a pure numbers standpoint, they had more of them. And just the fact they just kind of overwhelmed us up front on the offensive and defensive lines. So what I challenged the kids is, and really it was more of an underclassmen. And maybe we'll get a chance to go see those guys again this year. Who knows? But what I challenged the underclassmen and said, look, you see the type of game that we got to play. So this means that we've got to commit ourselves to this weight room. We've got to commit ourselves to developing as an athlete. And at some point, and like I told them, if you don't like the bully in the room, man, you got to stand up and do something about it. So I think the message is clear. Man, we've had a great week of practice, and here we are. We got another big region game coming up tomorrow night.
Well, that big region game is right on top of us, and an important game. We're looking at week to week. There's nothing on the crystal ball that should even get us to start talking about the postseason. So it's all week to week, and you got still a lot of really good football teams to face between now and 1st of November.
Well, that's what we said. We can't let one game define our season. Yeah, we didn't have the outcome we wanted Friday night, but that game there's no way can define our season. And that's the thing, and I know it sounds cliche, and a lot of coaches say it, but we're still every day trying to get this program better. And that's regardless if we win or lose. I mean, we're trying every day is a battle. And it really is that, man. It truly is every day, every week. And then let's see how we do Friday night. Let's go compete in that one. When that one's over with, we'll worry about the next opponent. We're just at a point where we can't really look ahead. We can't sit there and think, well, who might we play in the playoffs, or if we're going to get in. Man, we can't worry about that. We got to worry about getting better every day, learning how to practice, learning how to compete. Man, that's just where we are right now. And I've been proud of the boys. We've had a really good week of practice. They have responded well. Obviously, we got to see how it turns out tomorrow night. But from a standpoint of how we bounce back, from a preparation standpoint, very pleased with what I saw this week.
Coaches, had to been really, really tough on you and the players. Afternoon practices in this heat, which is incredible. These are some record highs that we're having this time of year. Normally, when you get 4 weeks into the football season, 5 weeks into the football season, it started to cool off. Hadn't happened yet.
You're right, and that's the thing. I think that's what's really kind of shocking for our kids is what we're experiencing heat right now is what you normally experience in August. And we had some hot days in August, but overall it really wasn't too bad. But, man, these last 2 weeks has made up for it, and it's really a challenge. And that's the thing is you pushing these kids and you're trying to get ready for opponent, man, you're also trying to battle the heat. And we're good about trying to take care of our kids. We build in so many water breaks. We kind of did a little bit extra this week of taking 5 minutes right in the middle of our practice schedule and slowing everything down, getting water break. We even slowed down one of our bigger practices on Tuesday because of the heat, but also, too, just to get ready for our opponent. So you're right, it's a challenge. And, I mean, you're not just battling preparation, you're battling all the elements. But the way I told the kids is, you know, the way I think it, hey, in Enterprise, they're battling the heat, too. So it's the program that can overcome this adversity, push through, get your work done, get prepared. Man, to me, it's a program that's going to be more successful on Friday night.
Let's talk about the team overall, Coach. Exceptional performances last week despite the loss. Who are some of the kids that stood out for us last week?
Well, you know, man, I thought here's why I was proud. You know, obviously the first half did not go the way we want. We went in at halftime and we challenged the boys and said, look, it's not about the scoreboard at this point. It's about you as a player, as a young man getting better and doing something about just sitting there and taking a loss. And, man, what I was proud is we came out in the second half, and our kids, man, they had a little bit extra edge about them, had a little bit more determination about them. Hey, win the one-on-one battles. And, man, I could go down the list, man. I thought guys like up front on the offensive line, Chris Stathopoulos continues to play great football week to week. Ethan Biddle, man, talking about a physical kid that really had a good week against a really good opponent. And I was proud of a kid like Carson Hughes, our right tackle, who didn't have the best first half, challenged him at halftime, come out and had a really good second half. And I thought Kyle Kramer stepped in at quarterback and had a really good night. Taylor Thompson had some good nights. I tell you, another guy on offense that was a shining, kind of a bright moment for us, a kid named Isaiah Causey. Wasn't even playing a whole lot. And we put him in a special personnel package, and, man, he played well, belonged on the field against Central Phoenix City. And then defensively, man, I thought we had some guys that played really well. Mason Taylor had a really good night from the linebacker position. And up front, guys like Rodney Thompson, they continue to have good weeks. We just, man, against a team like Central, they're so fast and athletic. They make you fit everything just perfect. And if you don't fit it just right on defense, you know, it's a long game. So, but I still, overall, man, I was proud of the way our kids fought back in the second half.
And we want to thank our viewers. Millsy was going over some numbers, Coach, and we've grown our television audience, the YouTube audience on Prattville Alive YouTube like crazy this year. I think up to over 9,000 views right now on that game last week, on the Stanhope game a couple of weeks ago. And that was a good one to measure because it was bad weather. A lot of folks stayed at home. And the radio audience on Dixie Country continues to grow. We get calls and comments, Coach. And hats off to you for the organizational job that you've had to do. Coaching football, coaching these kids, teaching these kids is about 20% of your job.
Yeah, that's pretty hard. I mean, some people, and I think a lot of people understand that to some degree. They never do the whole deal, and some people don't even have no clue about that. Coaching the football is actually the easy part of being a head coach. When you're a head coach, you're really managing the whole program. I mean, you're not only worrying about coaching those kids on the field, but you got to raise money, man. You got to organize a quarterback club. You do got to get community support, and you got to get money in your program, and that's getting out and that's getting people excited about the product you're gonna put on the field. There's so much that goes into it, not to mention just keeping academics right for your kids and helping your kids get recruited at the college level. There's from the day-to-day, you're managing 160 kids, you're managing another staff of 25 grown men as coaches, all right, and then you're trying to put it all together where you can put a good product on the field. And at the end of the day, though, the response has been incredible. People in Prattville want to see good football, so, man, getting out there and getting people excited, and, man, these people have responded so far.
Well, and a lot of folks don't realize that the tax base here is nowhere near some of the places that you compete with. I want to talk about that after we come back from this break.
Sure, absolutely.
You're watching the Caleb Ross Show and listening to it on Dixie Country 100.1. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back right after this.
I'm Chip Powell with the Prattville Lions broadcast crew and a longtime customer of Billy Lanham's Auto Save Tire and Automotive. Billy is proud to support the Lions quarterback club and all of the radio and live stream broadcasts. But the thing that he is most proud of is having a reputation for saving his customers money on the best brand name tires, automotive accessories, and service. Let Billy and his crew know that you appreciate the support of Prattville High School. Let Auto Save Tire and Automotive take care of your vehicles and save you money. North Memorial Drive in Prattville and locations in Montgomery and Wetumpka. AutoSaveTires.net.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com.
All schools and nonprofits qualify for fundraising fun at Launch Trampoline Park in Prattville. Check out the party packages at launchprattville.com and on Facebook. Dunk like a pro and raise money for your church or school. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline. Go to launchprattville.com and find out about Toddler Time on Wednesday and Saturday, Launch Fitness on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and the biggest blacklight party ever, Launch Ignite, every Friday night. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline.
Man, Chip, finally, we got an Easy Go dealer.
Man, it's officially true. Prattville has it all.
Yeah, and it's not some just old fly-by-night operation or some dude selling golf carts under a shade tree. It's the real deal. Prattville Outdoors is a family business with 5 decades of service.
Let's go for a test drive.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, I'm
driving. Why should you drive? I'm the voice, you're the sidekick.
Come see our new Easy Goes and all the other great outdoor stuff. Highway 82, west to Highway 14.
Hey, I'm Shane Spiller with Spiller Furniture and Mattress. We're a proud supporter of Prattville Lions football and glad to be part of the broadcast. We're located right in downtown Prattville, been here for 35 years. Right here in downtown Prattville, we have 12,000 square feet of great merchandise to help you be comfortable at the big game. Right here at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, we specialize in big selection, friendly service, and credit. So come see us in downtown Prattville at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, where we're proud to support Prattville Lions football. Go Lions.
Brent Stevens here at Brubaker of Prattville. We're proud to support Coach Ross and the Lions as they restore the roar here in 2018. Now through the end of the month, we're kicking off some great savings with invoice pricing on the all-new JL Wrangler. Savings of $15,000 off 18 and 19 Bighorn trucks and 25% off all 2019 Jeep Cherokees. New cars, used cars, parts or service, it's always a better buy at Brubaker. Go Lions.
We're back with Coach Caleb Ross, and we're live tonight from Stanley-Jensen Stadium, where the 7th and 8th grade junior high teams are playing. And Coach Ross wanted to get out here and get us involved with the kids and the junior high program, and he didn't want to miss a chance to see these guys in action. So we're delighted to be here. But it's homecoming tonight for the junior high for the 7th and 8th grade, so we'll have some celebration going on behind us, Coach, and that's all part of it.
That's it, and you start to see this thing's starting to fill up. There's a lot of people here, man. What a turnout, man. Just for that's what it is, man. When you're a junior, I remember when I played junior high football, man. There's nothing more exciting to look up in the stands, and man, most of your home stands is packed to watch a junior high football game. It lets people know, man, football is important. It doesn't matter what age group.
Junior high is about when the girls start taking effect on boys, though, Coach. And I know that's something you have to deal with. The emotional side of coaching with young kids.
Well, there's a lot of psychological stuff that goes with this job. I understand there's a lot more than just coaching football, but you know, man, our boys are pretty good about that, and we're not naive. We know that boys go through, man, they're like every other teenage kid. They're going to have relationships with the boys and the girls. That you know, the girls are going to have a relationship with the boys by whatever, and we all keep that kind of in perspective stuff. And sometimes, very rarely in 17 years of coaching does ever become a major issue, but we do. We trying to challenge them at, you know, say, look, because, man, they'll stay up till 12, 1 o'clock texting the girlfriend and all that. And I said, the whole time you're doing that, you're not getting sleep and rest. So we may bring that stuff up. And when it becomes, sometimes it becomes an issue, you got to bring them in. But, man, you got to let them be teenage boys, too. You can't they can't take their life away from them. So
let's talk about financially running a football program, Coach. And nothing negative here. But the facts are that the tax bases, the ad valorem tax rates, property tax rates are much higher in a lot of places that we have to compete with. And we'll just pull a name out of the hat and say Hoover, for example. They've got pretty much unlimited funds. Certainly not the case here in Prattville.
Yeah, but, you know, and you're right, and I think you can mention a lot of school systems that have more maybe possibly financial resources than Prattville. And I've been at places where we've had more. You know, I was at Opelika City School System where Opelika High School, man, we had facilities were incredible, and then there was, believe it or not, there was a pretty good tax base there. Then I was at a private school in McGill-Toolen, that's a whole different deal, and then I was at Spanish Fort. So, yeah, I've probably been in places where there were more financial resources, but as a Prattville guy growing up, man, the resources here are different. You got community support. They may not be able to, man, give you a bunch of dollar signs, but you got a lot of people that are willing to help, man. They'll donate their time. They'll come support you on Friday night. Man, they'll encourage the boys. We have a lot of people that invest a lot of time into our kids. And I've had, man, it really takes they say it takes a village, and it really does here to run a program. And we do have people that do support it. And in Prattville, in my opinion, it's definitely not a poor place, man. But you got a good old blue-collar, middle-class background city, man, that love high school football. So you take the resources you do have. Maybe it's personnel, maybe it's talent, maybe it's the people, man, and you use those people to help build your program, man. And the good news is this is my hometown. So it's like when I knew all the things I was coming back to, and I embrace it. Hey, we're not going to cry and whine about what we don't have. Sure, who doesn't want more money? Who doesn't want more resources, okay? But you know what? We're going to go invest, and we're going to go develop the relationships we do have to try to get the most out of what we already have here. And then who knows, as time goes on, and like you said, maybe we find a way to to get more money in our school system. Maybe we find more money to be put into the football program to get those things back to one time when it was that way, and then you can go compete against a Hoover in those schools. But you know what, from a resource of personnel, the coaching staff we have, I do think that we have everything we need to be a very successful football program.
Well, and we've been there before, so, you know, the proof's in the pudding on that. A lot of new business coming to town almost every day. With my involvement in the chamber and economic development, I hear about the new businesses and spent some time with the ladies on the LPGA Junior Tour, I guess is the way to best describe that. They're in town this weekend for a big qualifying tournament. Everybody loves Prattville. This is, and you made a conscious decision to come back home. How can you not love Prattville?
Well, what you're saying too is one of the reasons why we decided to come back. Now, we were a little bit biased. My wife is also from Prattville. We have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. We have a 3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. So, for us to come back to our hometown to raise our family, where you've got good schools, okay, you do, crime rate's low, man, you got great community support. Me, it's familiar. It's what we know, and man, this is where I want my kids to grow up, man. I don't think, to me, and maybe I'm biased because I'm from here, but there's not a better place I would want my kids to grow up and be raised. And you get around blue collar, working class, but educated people. So your kids as they grow up, they're going to be around people that, yes, you got the education's good, and they're going to be around some talented people, but also they're going to understand what it is to be a work ethic, and that, hey, you've got to go work for what you want. And who doesn't want that from their child? So you're right, and man, it is growing. I think the numbers, you look from where it was 20 years ago, and the city's 15,000 more than it was then, and the numbers keep going up. It's a growing place, and we're excited about the future where Prattville's going.
Look who just stepped up. Chris, are you off now?
I got just a couple of minutes off, about 7 of them.
You got to go back
some
relief.
Relief pitcher come in.
I just want to go out on a limb here and give Chris a kiss on the cheek. He's done a fantastic job hosting this show for the first 5 weeks, and by golly, you got me off the couch and out sweating here tonight, Chris. I'm not real sure I appreciate that, but I do appreciate your spirit of volunteerism, especially with what you're doing for the press box.
Yeah, man, thank you. We knew when the season started it was going to be a conflict on 3 weeks because I do the PA announcing for the Prattville Junior High home game. So, but I appreciate you coming out of retirement to help us out tonight.
Well, are you willing to take a little road trip tomorrow night?
Where are we going? I'm there, man.
I've got to do a ball game on another radio station tomorrow night, so I'll be in another press box doing that. But
I'll stay here with the Lions.
Okay. Well, thanks for what you do, buddy. We appreciate it. Chris does a great job, Coach, and he's been a great asset for us, and another example of the support that we were just talking about.
He's outstanding. You know, Chris, obviously, man, doing the radio show, he sounds like he's been doing it for 20 years. Man, I was very impressed and blown away. And, man, he's really involved with our kids' lives, too. He comes, speaks to the team every Wednesday, always has a great message. And that's what we talked about. It's always a similar message that I've been telling the kids. And it's like we don't ever talk beforehand. So, man, outstanding. Really, really glad he's involved in our program.
Here comes another guy that actually likes a microphone too, Coach.
The undefeated.
Everybody knows Donnie Burnett, the sideline reporter for the Prattville Lions. Coach, you're having to do your day job tonight, aren't you, buddy?
I'm doing the one that pays the bills at my house. So, yeah, we're excited. We're really excited when Coach said he wanted to do the show down here. And, I mean, it means a lot to the kids that he's down here watching them. And he watches their game film probably more than I do. So, anyway, we're excited to have y'all down here.
Well, we're excited to be here. And, I had no idea. Mills and I were on the phone 10, 15 minutes before we got set up, and I couldn't find a parking place. And I'm going, what in the world is going on? This place is amazing.
It'll fill up. It's slow crowd steadily trickling in, and we won't be end zone to end zone, but we'll have quite a few folks here tonight, and with it being homecoming and our first home game this year, so the numbers are out.
Well, I just want to know, what's your prediction? You're about to coach the 8th graders. You going to win the ball game tonight, or you going to go out there and mess it up?
We're going to do our very best to win it, but you know, when you're dealing with 13 and 14-year-old boys, you never know what's going to happen when that whistle blows. But I think we're prepared, and we got everybody back. We've had the kids out for concussion protocol. He got released. We've had some kind of mysterious virus that both our linebackers have been sick, and so, you know, it's just one of those where everything's going well, and then something happens that throws a wrench, and so we'll see how everybody's going to play tonight.
And you let Wes Cahoon hang around?
Well, the board hired him, and we needed another coach, so I guess he's the only other one with a CDL, so I have to keep him. He's got to drive the bus.
All about value.
Yeah, all about value. You got it. You got it. So Wes, how you like driving the cheese, man? They can't hear you. Wes Cahoon, great guy, great lifelong friend, longtime friend. So, thanks for what you do, and go win this football game. We need a good 8th grade win.
We're going to do our best, and thank you, and thank Dixie Country and Prattville Lions Network for coming down here and giving these kids a little spotlight.
Y'all celebrated Mills's 150th broadcast last week. Nobody even told me ahead of time. I had to listen to it on the stream.
Well, he's kind of shy, if you didn't know that about him. He doesn't like to brag, but he loves Prattville football, I can promise you that.
Well, I didn't have a gift for him, so I had to tell him by text that I loved him. So, I don't know how that worked out, but Stacy does a fantastic job for us, and you do too. You guys do great. All right. Coach, these are the kind of guys you like having around you.
And Donnie Burnett, as much as Prattville as anybody I've ever met, man, Donnie knows people, man. He's done a great job with our junior high program. He's invested a lot of time into a lot of kids' lives. I mean, that's a credit to that guy. And he is right. I think that is it. He is probably the longest tenured coach at Prattville, man. And, man, what a guy, asset to our program, and doing a great job this year. Like I said, our 8th grade team's undefeated. Got a really talented group of kids, and hope we can have success tonight.
All right, Coach, we're going to take another quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Buffalo Rock Pepsi Player of the Game and a special treat from Sport Clips. All that and more right after this timeout.
Brent Stevens here at Brubaker of Prattville. We're proud to support Coach Ross and the Lions as they restore the roar here in 2018. Now through the end of the month, we're kicking off some great savings with invoice pricing on the all-new JL Wrangler. Savings of $15,000 off 18 and 19 Bighorn trucks and 25% off all 2019 Jeep Cherokees. New cars, used cars, parts or service, it's always a better buy at Brubaker. Go Lions.
I'm Chip Powell with the Prattville Lions broadcast crew and a longtime customer of Billy Linham's Auto Save Tire and Automotive. Billy is proud to support the Lions Quarterback Club and all of the radio and live stream broadcasts. But the thing that he is most proud of is having a reputation for saving his customers money on the best brand name tires, automotive accessories, and service. Let Billy and his crew know that you appreciate the support of Prattville High School. Let Auto Save Tire and Automotive take care of your vehicles and save you money. North Memorial Drive in Prattville and locations in Montgomery and Wetumpka. AutoSaveTires.net.
Don't throw away your money, especially on replacement auto parts. In most cases, aftermarket parts are just as good and a heck of a lot cheaper than factory parts. D&J Auto Parts in Prattville is all hooked up with Auto Plus, a nationwide leader in the automotive aftermarket. Don't you dare go to another parts store before checking the great prices at D&J Auto Plus, 175 Highway 82 Bypass in Prattville.
In 1934, Steak and Shake decided the world didn't need another hamburger. They needed a steak burger, so they used 100% beef. Quick seared to seal in the flavor you'll only get from a steak burger. Steak and Shake, home of the original steak burger.
New at Steak and Shake, 24 meals under $4 with handcrafted steak burgers, all beef steak franks, and fresh guacamole made from scratch. Get 24 meals for under $4. New at Steak and Shake.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best.
U.S. farm-raised catfish.
Man, Chip, finally. We got an easy-go dealer.
Man, it's officially true. Prattville has it all.
Yeah, and it's not some just old fly-by-night operation or some dude selling golf carts under a shade tree. It's the real deal. Prattville Outdoors is a family business with 5 decades of service.
Let's go for a test drive.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, I'm
come
driving.
on. Why should you drive? I'm the voice. You're the sidekick.
Come see our new Easy Goes and all the other great outdoor stuff. Highway 82, west to Highway 14.
Stanley-Jensen Stadium in Prattville. Coach Caleb Ross shows what we're doing here. It's the 8th grade, 7th grade homecoming, a junior high football game, and Coach Ross wanted us to come out and do the show from here. And this is the time every week that Chris Britton, who's absent tonight, normally brings in the folks to present the Buffalo Rock Player of the Game, the Pepsi Buffalo Rock Player of the Game. And we've got a great selection this week. Coach, let's talk to you, player. Talk to the young man that's been selected as our player of the game.
Our player of the game this week is Skylar Henderson. Skylar's a senior. He's I believe now going on at least a 2, maybe even a 3-year starter. He's a guy that provides a lot of leadership for us, man. He was a guy that was chosen as one of the all-season captains when we divide up into our competition teams. And, man, what I call Skylar is a consistent, steady football player, man, that provides a lot of energy. Man, provides a physical presence on the outside. Plays really kind of our nickel position, kind of like he's a hybrid linebacker, hybrid strong safety. Does an outstanding job, and, man, very deserving of our award this week.
Skylar, thanks, man, for being such a tough guy, for playing hard. And I want to give you this special presentation. You have been selected our Pepsi Buffalo Rock Dixie Country Player of the Game for your efforts last week. And along with that comes a couple of other goodies. Our great folks at Launch Trampoline, one of our sponsors on the broadcast. You've got a full hour of jump time, so go over there and show those dudes how to jump. And also we've got a MVP from our great friends at Sport Clips. And we've also got a lot of other things to talk about with Sport Clips, Coach. We've got, look at these, folks. We've got a bunch of tickets. These are free haircuts or $5 off an MVP. And the owners of Sport Clips wanted you to give these out to all the players and the coaches. So we thank them very, very much.
We're very appreciative of that, and we will do it. We're very appreciative of Sports Clips. I know both the coaches and the players, they'll be excited about these.
All right, Skylar, tell me what you did last week to win this award. Obviously, you got the attention of the entire broadcast crew.
Mainly, it was just mainly keeping the game and them out of my head. It was mainly playing how I play, playing how we're supposed to play, playing how Prattville plays. And it was mainly in the fact that I couldn't let anything up. Couldn't let up my intensity. I got to keep playing with a chip on my shoulder. Mainly playing with the fire I always play with.
All right, so tell us about you. You're a senior this year. You've been a 3-year starter.
Yes, sir. When I first got up here, I always had a senior starter in front of me, but I always rolled in with the ones, which gave me more experience on varsity, which gave me my intensity. Like, I was more, maybe not a hard hitter, as I say now. I was more of a person that stayed in my shell, but now that with those 3 years of experience, it's cool to now, really gave me my outbreak of the year.
What has football done in your life off the football field?
Off the football field, football really gave me leadership. Learning how to deal with situations out of school, off the field, different situations, dealing with home or dealing with just away, period. It really gave me that boost of confidence in life.
What are your future plans? Where are you going to school? And would you like to participate at the next level if you had that opportunity?
If I had the opportunity to participate, I would. College right now, I have no idea. I'm like willing to go to any college. I want to be a dance major, so it's something that that's different out of my area. Of course, I want to be a football player, of course. But if football usually don't work, I want to become a choreographer or something business-wise. Something to help out with the community or something like that. More community outreaches, dealing with kids that don't have anything, giving more back to them.
And who's that pretty lady standing over there taking your picture?
That is my wonderful mother over there. She's my #1 supporter through everything that I've done since I was 5 years old. I've been at this, and she's been by my side. So that's my #1 supporter over there.
Well, we appreciate you working hard, and I know Coach Ross has brought a resurgence of intensity to the football program here. His leadership. And you've seen a lot of changes over the course of your career. How do you feel? Attitude-wise, how do you think this team's going to wind up doing this year? And you're still young. You're still a young team. How are you guys going to do?
With Coach Ross pushing us every day, giving us leadership on what we have to do, we're actually going to do pretty great. We keep our leadership that we have now, following each other, constantly pushing each other every day at practice with the help of Coach Ross and all the coaches. We're going to do pretty well. I'm not saying anything out crazy or anything like that, but I have trust in my brothers and my coaches.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Good deal. Well, Coach, we got to stand up and talk to Skylar, and he's a great young man. And you know what? Every one of these guys that we've had involved in this program, for not just this year, but even in the past years, have been great young men.
Well, to me, you said it best. I know the guys that we've had this week that have been Player of the Week of all, man, what wonderful young men. And Skylar's another one. To me, he's a guy that you want on your team. He's a leader. He's a good young man. He's been raised right. And he's a guy that no matter if a chance if he plays high school football, plays college football, whatever he does, he's going to be successful. He's just one of those kids. He's driven like that. Man, and we're glad he's on our team. That's for sure.
Some of the other guys that are seniors this year, and the good news is we got a lot of juniors, and we got a great number of sophomores coming up. But the senior leadership, those guys make it or break it for a lot of coaches.
There's no doubt. And it's really, man, it's unfortunate that, man, I got here late February because we got some really, really quality young men at seniors that you only really get to spend about 7 or 8 months of your life around. Now, man, I hope for the rest of their lives we'll always have a relationship, and they're always welcome at their alma mater. But, man, we got some really good young men that are talented, and not just on the football field, man. They're going to be successful, like I said, regardless if they go play college football or not. And, man, a really good talented group, too, that really can build that first year, build your foundation using those guys. And you said it best, man. We got a lot of young, talented guys coming through. Our 9th grade is very talented. Our 8th grade is very talented. There's a lot of good years, a lot of good days coming ahead for Prattville football.
Let's don't talk about the guys coming up too much. You'll have some of these folks from around here sneaking in here trying to recruit them. You do have some good talent on that 9th grade team.
Yeah, and we're not. They can do all they want to do, but these boys ain't going anywhere. So, and that's one of the things. That is one of the things that's been happening here. Is kids have been leaving the program, and that's one of the main efforts I've been is trying to keep that from happening. And it really starts being here at the junior high, building those relationships, being at the youth leagues, building those relationships. At the end of the day, man, putting a good product on the field that people want to be a part of is ultimately what's going to take to keep kids here. But so far, it's been very positive.
Well, and kids follow other kids. You even though these younger kids are in a different classroom building, they know these older kids. They hear what they say about practice. What the fans see on Friday night is 10% of, maybe even less, of the effort that goes into playing football. It's all the things that happen, the practice schedules, the off-season workouts, all those things. These kids hear about that.
It's a commitment. One of the things that we had to do is increase the commitment level. Man, these kids have done it now. Like you said, it ain't just to go out there, practice for an hour, and go home. These kids commit to something. But to me, that's the value that the rest of their life they're going to go commit to something. They want to be great at it. Man, it's 4 days in the summer. It's 7:30 to 11:30 in the summertime. man, they're putting 2.5 hours every afternoon, whether or not it's on the field, whether or not it's watching film, and in the morning, man, we're lifting weights, we're watching film of the opponent. It is a full-time commitment for the players and for coaches. Now, coaching, it's a 7-day-a-week. Man, we're working Saturday morning. We're working all day on Sunday. Man, it's late nights. I mean, 2 nights this week, I didn't get home till after 11 o'clock, and much of our staff did. So it takes a lot to prepare to win at this level, and we're trying to get our program back to that level.
And you ask kids to start giving up their summer, and legally now you can go deeper into the summer with organized workouts. You're asking those kids to give up the summer that they've been looking forward to for 9 months, and all of a sudden they're having to engage in conditioning and workouts when they could be goofing off playing around.
Well, that's why I love those kids, and it doesn't matter if you're a starter or a contributor or not. A kid that's willing to go commit his time, like you said, give up all those things. It, to me, is a kid that forever in my heart, man, has got a place for me. I mean, that's what high school football is so special. And man, it's changed everybody, because everybody wants to win. You'd ask any kid that ever plays, yeah, they want to win, and it's not even so much what are you willing to do, it's what you said, what are you willing to give up? Because really, the older we get in life, the more higher you go up in leadership or the more successful, the less of it that you really actually get to enjoy. I mean, that's part of it. But you got to find the joy, the inner peace of what you're doing is, man, you're helping people, or you're successful, you're helping your family. And I hope this is all the things that our kids learn by being a part of a football program like this.
I just thought about something. I believe there was a local church that stepped up to feed you guys breakfast during summer practice.
We do. Well, they still continue to feed us. We have a lot of people in our community. Obviously with Pastor Thaley Dickerson, his church, what they do is to feed us is incredible. And like I was getting back to
still feeding you during the regular season.
Oh, they feed us. They do. And to me, to have the nutrition where our kids can get a meal in the morning and in the afternoon. And what he understands is sometimes to clean a fish, you got to catch them first. So I get it, man. He gets a chance to influence them that way. But to me, that's where the game's heading, the nutrition. And so we got some kids, most of them are pretty good, but we got some kids, that may be the only chance they get at breakfast, or maybe they get it, especially in the summertime. So for us to have it, taking advantage of that, man, to me, is critical for our program. And like you said, we got a great community that's willing to support and do a lot of things for our boys.
Pastor Thaley is a great guy, and I'm involved in Rotary Club with him. And some of the things he's got going on, very, very impressive. And he's really been able to kind of be a symbol in certain parts of the community that really need some help, some encouragement, and need that church on they get it a lot of times with Thaley. They get it Wednesdays, Saturdays, Sundays, I think.
Man, he may be the hardest working guy I've ever been around. Man, he's involved in so many things, and he affects so many people in so many different ways. It's really impressive.
All right, Coach, we're going to take another quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have more of the Coach Caleb Ross Show. But first, we'll take a timeout. You're listening to Dixie Country 100.1, and you're watching us on Prattville Alive.
It's always a better buy at Brubaker. Hey, this is Mike Cruz at Brubaker of Prattville. Come see us, all Jeep Wranglers, JK and the all-new JL at invoice pricing. That's up to $4,000 off on a Jeep Wrangler. Come see us at Brubaker of Prattville.
Hey folks, Brent Stevens, General Manager. It's always a better buy at Brubaker. Come see us today or visit us online at brubakerofprattville.com.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com. You never know who will be tonight's most valuable player, but you could be tomorrow's most valuable picker. That's because you can discover your next bargain at Prattville Pickers. It's the region's largest collection of everything unique. It's a treasure hunter's paradise and a collector's dream come true. Don't scrimmage through rummage. Go to Prattville Pickers for the best selection of everything unique. Cheer loud tonight for the game's most valuable player, and you can be the most valuable picker this weekend at Prattville Pickers on Highway 82 across from the Prattville Country Club.
All schools and nonprofits qualify for fundraising fun at Launch Trampoline Park in Prattville. Check out the party packages at launchprattville.com and on Facebook. Dunk like a pro and raise money for your church or school. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline. Go to launchprattville.com and find out about toddler time on Wednesday and Saturday, Launch Fitness on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and the biggest blacklight party ever, Launch Ignite, every Friday night. The ultimate, the extreme, Launch Trampoline.
For over 25 years, Russell Do-It Center has been your local Prattville home shopping center. The most knowledgeable homegrown staff of any building supply store anywhere. Stop by, see Mike Mitchell and all the crew at 2006 Cobbs Ford Road. Call them at 334-365-6100. Get what you need and be on your way. You want Mike and the folks at Russell Do-It Center. They can rent equipment too, from tile saws to tractors. Located on Cobbs Ford Road, right across from Chick-fil-A. It's Russell Do-It Center. Proudly sponsoring Prattville High School football.
Welcome back to the Coach Caleb Ross Show, and in this segment we've got a special guest, principal at the junior high, Janice Stockman. Welcome to the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Thank you for taking some time out of your ceremonial duties tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's good to be with you guys.
Well, let's talk about junior high. Let's talk about the kids and how much school spirit we got. My gosh, a huge crowd.
Yes, and today is a great day. We've got homecoming today. So this afternoon we had a huge pep rally. Actually had Mr. Butler as our special guest judge who came and judged with us today. So we were rocking and rolling in the gym today. Had a great time.
Well, you've got great parent support. And,
yes.
We've watched things go on as we've been out here doing the show. And a lot of parents moving around, a lot of parents sweating in this heat.
Oh, yeah, it is hot out here.
and they're volunteering to help boost this program.
They are. They're doing a great job. There's a lot of energy. This has been a great year for us. We're building back up on some things. We had some kids who didn't play for us last year that have come back to the fold, and so that's been exciting, and that always pulls some parents in. So.
Well, do you have to hang around Donnie Burnett very much?
Every day.
I mean, that's got to be a chore.
Well,
right?
but I love Coach Burnett. He's a good guy. He does a lot of stuff for us, and he also keeps the lunch ladies on tap for us and providing us some great lunches because he publicizes them well.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yes.
Well, he kind of likes to, have a good lunch himself.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm all in support of that now.
All of his efforts are a little bit selfish in that area. Let's talk about academics.
Sure
We're in
thing.
the middle of a football game, and it's homecoming.
Yep.
A lot of stuff going on. How do you feel about the overall academic achievement of the kids in junior high?
Oh, wow. Our kids work so hard. Our teachers are fantastic. Every year when we get our test scores in, we're excited to see that we're in the top 25% of the state. And just that is a complete testament to how well our teachers work. They work every day. They teach bell to bell. And we very much believe in student athletes at the junior high. We want them to be involved in things, whatever their interests are. But those academics have to come first. Before I was at the junior high, I worked at Prattville High School, and so I have a pretty good handle on what comes next for them. And so it's very important for me for us to have a safe environment for them, first and foremost, and then second, for them to have a good education foundation so that they can all graduate and go on to do whatever it is after high school that they want to do and be successful.
And all the extracurricular programs are fantastic.
Yeah,
and provides so much opportunity for kids to focus on positive things and not be in places where they can get in trouble.
Sure. Well, it also shrinks the size of the school. When you go to a large school, sometimes it's hard to plug in and find your people. And so we've, over the past 5 years, added a few additional extracurricular things and so that kids can be involved in things. And I think that's great.
You can't single out any teachers, but I know you've got some really special teachers. We know some of them. We're involved in some things that they're involved with. And, I think by and large from junior high all the way up through 12th grade, maybe the best crop of teachers I've seen in any one place in a long time.
There's some great teachers. My boys are in the 10th grade, and so I'm the mom recipient of some good quality education going on. I'm at Prattville High School. We're real proud of what we do at the junior high. It's a great team alignment. We appreciate everybody working hard.
I wish you'd have done a little better job of the weather tonight.
Woo, we did not order right.
Like, humidity is starting to roll in. You're a native of Headland. How did you wind up in Prattville?
Well, I did. I'm a proud graduate of Headland High School, 1991. I was a school mascot there, had a big time. And I went to Troy and then went to Auburn and got married and moved around a little bit with his job. And we were living in Selma for a while, and my husband actually got an opportunity to move this way. And so I joined him about 15 years ago and have been in Autauga County ever since. It's been great. It's been great.
So what was your mascot? What is your mascot uniform?
I was the Ram. I was the Headland Ram.
Rams.
Yes. Yeah. So on a hot night like this, wearing that.
Oh my gosh. The wool would be a.
It was atrocious.
Part
it was
of the
atrocious.
Outfit. Yeah.
And I was even further south in Alabama, so it was even a little hotter.
Right.
So.
We appreciate you stopping and taking the time.
Thank you so
join
much.
us.
Appreciate what all you guys are doing.
We're excited
about the things.
You are the building block for our success with the varsity program and all the broadcasting and all that we do. I mean, you're feeding them up the ladder, and we want you to keep doing that.
Well, I appreciate it. Tell all of our kids I want all my cats to grow up to be the lions, and that's important for me.
Thanks again.
Thanks so much.
We're going to come back and talk more with Coach Caleb Ross, but first we'll take this time out.
I'm Chip Powell with the Prattville Lions broadcast crew and a longtime customer of Billy Linham's Auto Save Tire and Automotive. Billy is proud to support the Lions quarterback club and all of the radio and live stream broadcasts. But the thing that he is most proud of is having a reputation for saving his customers money on the best brand name tires, automotive accessories, and service. Let Billy and his crew know that you appreciate the support of Prattville High School. Let Auto Save Tire and Automotive take care of your vehicles and save you money. North Memorial Drive in Prattville and locations in Montgomery and Wetumpka. AutoSaveTires.net.
Hey, I'm Shane Spiller with Spiller Furniture and Mattress. We're a proud supporter of Prattville Lions football and glad to be part of the broadcast. We're located right in downtown Prattville, been here for 35 years. Right here in downtown Prattville, we have 12,000 square feet of great merchandise to help you be comfortable at the big game. Right here at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, we specialize in big selection, friendly service, and credit. So come see us in downtown Prattville at Spiller Furniture and Mattress, where we're proud to support Prattville Lions football. Go Lions.
I could have built a drugstore anywhere in Montgomery, but it was this neighborhood that needed it. When I moved here, it was thriving. I want to see it that way again. Riverbank made borrowing the money easy when other banks didn't. It's nice when people care enough to make sure you have what you need. That's how I treat my customers. And that's how the folks at Riverbank treat me.
Man, Chip, finally, we got an easy-go dealer.
Man, it's officially true. Prattville has it all.
Yeah, and it's not some just old fly-by-night operation or some dude selling golf carts under a shade tree. It's the real deal. Prattville Outdoors is a family business with 5 decades of service.
Let's go for a test drive.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, I'm driving.
Why should you drive? I'm the voice. You're the sidekick. Come see our new Easy Goes and all the other great outdoor stuff. Highway 82, west of Highway 14.
Don't throw away your money, especially on replacement auto parts. In most cases, aftermarket parts are just as good and a heck of a lot cheaper than factory parts. D&J Auto Parts in Prattville is all hooked up with Auto Plus, a nationwide leader in the automotive aftermarket. Don't you dare go to another parts store before checking the great prices at D&J Auto Plus, 175 Highway 82 Bypass in Prattville. You never know who will be tonight's most valuable player, but you could be tomorrow's most valuable picker. That's because you can discover your next bargain at Prattville Pickers. It's the region's largest collection of everything unique. It's a treasure hunter's paradise and a collector's dream come true. Don't scrimmage through rummage. Go to Prattville Pickers for the best selection of everything unique. Cheer loud tonight for the game.
Caleb Ross show again tonight. Special edition in a lot of ways. Our normal host or co-host, our man Chris is upstairs in the press box doing the PA, Coach, and that's because we're at Stanley-Jensen Stadium for the junior high games. Multiple games tonight, 7th grade, 8th grade, and it's homecoming. But we've had a good time and a chance to chat with some folks we normally don't get to talk to, Coach.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a Donnie Burdette there. I saw you talking to Janice Stopman, and what an outstanding job she does at the junior high. I mean, I think she's probably one of the most popular administrators in the county. Does an outstanding job with that school, and you can just see, look at the energy, look at the support here tonight, and that's a lot of what our junior high does to help promote it. And man, what a turnout for a junior high game. We got us a great ball game behind us too.
Coach, I'm looking at those 8th graders over there. You got some pretty good size coming up. I don't know if they've peaked out yet or not. Let's hope not.
Oh, there's a grin on my face that's been here for a long time. So, man, our 8th grade super talented. Our freshmen are super talented. That's why people, you know, man, they say, oh, well, we had a tough loss Friday night. And I said, we did, and we're trying to rebuild this thing. But, hey, there are good days ahead for Prattville football. I mean, just look at the level of talent that's about to come through. Not to mention, you get 2 or 3 years to have your culture, man, your system in place by then. It's doable. And I knew that, man. We did our research. We'll come back here. So, I mean, there's, like I said, there's some good days ahead for this program.
Normally we're at Los Mayas Mexican restaurant, and we want to ask folks to take time to go by there and tell the folks at Los Mayas that tomorrow night after the game. Okay, give me that promo again, Milzer. Tomorrow night after the game, go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, tomorrow night after the game, we're going once again going to have the post-game party at the at Los Mayas. We invite everybody to come out there, enjoy us, and join us out there. Big contingency from the quarterback club, the broadcast crew. We all get out there, pack it out, and have a real good time. So we want everybody else to come out there and have fun with us.
And make sure you tell those folks that you appreciate that great restaurant supporting the Prattville Line video broadcast and the audio broadcast. We really enjoy those guys. Clemente is the manager, and that guy, when we come see him, he's got a smile on his face, Coach. He loves his involvement with the Prattville Line Nation.
I'm kind of missing that food right now, man. Outstanding food. So
he volunteered to bring some out here to us, and we said, no, don't go to that trouble. But he was all up to come feed you, and we turned him down.
It's a shame. I'm really disappointed by that. But, hey, how about this score? How about
I was going to say,
7th grade just went up 16-12. That's pretty impressive right there.
16-12, and well, that's still the 7th grade playing, right?
Still the 7th grade. 8th grade will follow.
And they're playing with Wetumpka?
They're playing with Wetumpka, that's right.
Yeah. Well, Coach, it's been great, and thank you for helping it make us look smooth tonight. Milzer said everything's gone pretty well. We hadn't had any major mess-ups from a production standpoint. You do a great job with this, and let me just – I don't want to wish you any bad luck, but if you ever get tired of coaching, come see me.
You never know. You never know where this thing leads you. But we enjoy doing this, and we've done it for a while now. And like you said, you do an outstanding job. And Stacy Mills, the job he does, yeah, it's a great production because that guy makes it happen, man. And there's so many things he does behind the scenes that people don't even realize. He makes a lot happen for Prattville football, just in Prattville in general, man. And we're very appreciative of what he does.
I see the homecoming court, I assume, members of the homecoming court coming in. These little 7th and 8th grade girls look like Miss Americas. The mamas
it's decked
get
out
into
tonight.
it, don't
There's no doubt. This is a statement tonight. Man, that's exciting, man. It should be that way, man. What an exciting time for, man, just the community. I'm glad to see them come out and support it.
All right, Coach, we got just enough time, a couple of minutes to talk about the game plan for tomorrow night. We've talked about everything else. Back to football. What's the game plan for Enterprise tomorrow night?
Well, you know, it really doesn't matter to me what we do, and it's how we do it, man. We got to come out and compete. We got to have that right mindset, the right focus, all the things that are cliche. But you know what? After coming off that loss Friday night, that's what I want to see. Are we going to go take it to them instead of sit back and wait? And I thought we sat back and waited and see what Central was going to do last week, and it didn't turn out real good. We got to go start this game fast. Man, we got to have the right mindset that, hey, this field is ours and we're going to go win it. And obviously, man, all the stuff that you can't do in any type of football game, we got to play smart. We got to establish some type of line of scrimmage. And, yeah, man, we can't, you know, and we've been pretty good last week. We had no turnovers. That's one thing shining. We did not have to turn the ball over. And we've been pretty good with that this week. Bottom line, we got to go find how we're going to respond from last week. That's what I want to see our kids. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for tomorrow night.
Turnovers in kicking game, special teams.
It doesn't matter what league you're in, at what level, man. It's always going to be that.
One thing that I have failed to ask you over the course of the the last few months. We've really spent a lot of time together. What about the special teams? What about the kicking game? You know, and that's a triangle, man, especially with extra points and field goals. You got a snapper, you got a spotter, and you got a kicker.
There's a lot of time that goes into that, to executing that. It's so much timing on those things, too, so you got to put a lot of time. And I know everybody says they put time into it. Man, we commit a lot of time in our special teams. Man, it's a daily routine of what we do. We find meeting time throughout the week. It's a constant. It really is. And to be good at it, you got to. And we got some talented kids doing it. But to me, you got to be good. At this level, 7-8 to win, you better be very good in special teams.
And the review show on usually gets produced on Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, Monday. Stacy, again, produces that. You got some folks involved with sponsoring that program, and we really appreciate, listen, all the support. The folks that got the A-frame signs at the stadium, the program ads, everything from the community has been fantastic this year.
Yeah, it's been a great year, man. I'm very proud of where we're heading.
We are going to wrap it up. Fans, stand by. We've got Hey Coach on the Crimson Tide Sports Network coming up, and next week, same time, same station, but thankfully, Chris will be back from the booth, and we'll be at Los Mayas Restaurant. On behalf of Coach Caleb Ross, thanks for tuning in, and so long, everybody.